Next question, I think is probably leaning towards Kat, but I don't know, Jaia might have some answers as well. So this one is particularly about attachment. So what advice would you give for those with anxious avoidance tendencies on a quest to become secure, to level with secure partners? Can you offer some practical ways to deal with avoidant or anxious attachment styles as well to use on yourself?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the first stage is, and I can sense where Jaia might go on this one, which I think is going to be fantastic as well. So I'm going to talk a little bit more about within the boxes. So I think the first thing that, you can...
out of the boxes.
Yeah, and I think attached definitely kind of feeds into this a bit of, everyone should, being secure is the best. And if you're the others, it's easy to kind of panic and go, oh my God, I'm this, and I'm never going to have that healthy relationship that I want. So I'd say, first of all, don't panic. There is nothing wrong with you. There is nothing wrong with anybody ever. And in terms of finding that relationship you want, it is really finding that relationship that you want. So use the book as a way to get to know yourself better and to get to know your needs better. And once you get to know your needs better, you're going to know who is best able to meet those needs. So you can take it a step outside the attachment styles. With the anxious relationship style, I would say absolutely get people in who can help you feel safe and secure outside of your dating life. So get those good friends in, get those good family members in, get the online support communities, whatever you need, so that you've got those people feeling safe and those people you can turn to when you're feeling anxious, so that you don't get into protest behavior and it's all about that dating partner. With the avoidance, I would say really look at effective communication. You have a need for space, and that's okay. You just need to be able to communicate that and why you need that. And that's not because you don't enjoy spending time with the person. It's, I really enjoy spending time with you. I also need this time for me. How can we find a way that makes that work for both of us? So really, really ramping up that effective communication will really help if you are leaning towards the avoidant tendency.
I have a couple of things which I was going to mention, which number one, I'd say, is not to get too identified with an attachment style, because actually, and again, becomes more obvious in non-monogamy. Like I said, we can have different attachment styles with different partners. So that remembering that the attachment style comes up in the relationship, which, and so of course one person might feel like they have an attachment style that comes up more often, which I think is true. We tend to lean towards one attachment style more than another. But sometimes if you're noticing that it's, that you're struggling, it might also be worth looking at the relationship as what, rather than assuming the problem is you. And then other than that, I also wanted to share Jessica Fern's excellent acronym, which is HEARTS, which can be applied to relationships as well as to oneself. So that's H for here-ness, which is being present with oneself, being present with one's partner. That's emotionally present as well as physically present. E is for expressing delight. So expressing to your partner why they are important to you, right? Especially in non-monogamy, if you have multiple partners, you want to feel like, why did you choose me? When you have the whole buffet that you can choose from, like, why me? So it's expressing delight, but that's also can be applied to yourself. It's finding value in yourself, not feeling like your value only comes from what you do, but also just in being. And I know that that's something I really struggled with in my life, and that it's been a big shift for me. A is for attunement, again, attunement to your partner, but again, once again, attunement to oneself, and really sort of tuning in and finding out what's true for me in this moment. And that self-awareness is so important. R is for rituals, and that's having little, again, in monogamy, the rituals are all sort of set up a lot of the time and pre-existing, but in non-monogamy, it's creating little rituals with your own partner and figuring out what works for you, but also creating rituals for yourself, especially if you're dating lots of people or involved in lots of different relationships. It's so important to have time for yourself, and whether that's your okay, Sunday afternoons, I don't see anyone, I have a bath, I read a book, whatever it is, I go for a walk, I meditate. It's really nice to have those moments to just check in with yourself. T was turning towards conflict, so not avoiding conflict. And so really, and relationship repair as well, I think is so important in those moments. And that all ties back in with clear and open communication as well. And then again, that's also, you know, when it's directed towards oneself, it's being aware of one's triggers, being aware of one's attachment style and what triggers those things, and making clear requests, setting clear boundaries, communicating with one partner. And then the S was for secure attachment.
Amazing. Has everyone written that down? I hope so.
I know, I was looking for my pen.
If not, we'll put the book link in the chat.
You can buy Jessica Fern's book, Polysecure, or you can check out my interview with her on the Relationship Super Conference.
Yeah,